Well, today we're really fortunate that we have the Ward family here. And if you don't know the Wards, this is a very, very talented family from Scotts Valley. Our star of Cabrillo stage is Geoffrey Ward, who starred as our Mr. Banks in Mary Poppins and also Mr. Fezziwig in Scrooge. He is here today because his son has sent a submission, so the talent doesn't fall far from the tree. And he's brought his wife because we have a little special surprise connection there, Bobbie-Lynn. So it's good to see all of you. Thank you for talking to me today.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for having us, John.
So Jeff, you've been in 3 of our shows, I think.
Yes.
2 Scrooges and a Mary Poppins. And so in Mary Poppins, you were basically the star of the show. So if you have a second, just give us a little bit about your experience with Cabrillo stage.
Well, way back when I first auditioned for Scrooge, I didn't realize that there was going to be an actor equity member as playing Scrooge. So I was approached by Andrew Siglio, who's the director, and asked if I would like to play Mr. Fezziwig, Scrooge's mentor, as it were, his first boss. And that turned out to be just a treat. I loved working with Andrew. I loved that role. It took me to a whole different level of acting that I had been before. And then when I reprised that role the following year, it was even more fun because I got to play 2 different roles in this one. So young Fezziwig and older Fezziwig. So after that, I really fell in love with Cabrillo stage. Just the talent and the production staff and just everything from costumes to set design to music just was professional, on a professional level as far as I was concerned. Closest thing as far as theater in this area to me as being equitable with what goes on in San Francisco, what goes on in Dallas, Chicago, New York, etc. And then about, I think it was 2 years after that, I was recommended by Andrew again to Janie Scott for the role of Mr. Banks. And as I went into this role, I did a video audition and everything, and they called me back and said, yeah, we'd love you to do the role. I said, oh, yeah. Okay. So I get to be British. So once I got in there and started working with Janie, and just is extraordinary talent. I mean, combination of choreographer and director and musician. She's just fabulous. I love working with her. Working with you as well. It was, again, taking me to another level as an actor and as a performer.
And that's real praise indeed, because you are a local eminent actor in community theater and a director as well. You've directed many shows as well. And we'll talk a little bit more about Mary Poppins later, but I want to move on and so we can get to the submission today. And so your wife of many years is Bobbie-Lynn. And why don't you tell our audience, Bobbie, about our connection, you and I, because we knew each other a long time ago.
We did, yes. In fact, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember if it was the fair first or if it might have been the fair, Santa Clara County Fair first, right?
Yep, yeah,
and,
early 80s maybe?
Right, yes.
Did I say that?
Whoops!
Yeah, you were Miss Teen Santa Clara County or whatever.
We were but children then, John.
Right. And our connection was a guy named Tom Tomasello.
That's right. Yes, who is still an arranger and producer and musician and does a lot of stuff. And
I work with him quite often.
Yeah. So it's really fun. Yeah. So I was singing and you were obviously playing, and I was honored because such talented musicians to be with me on that stage was great. And then when I ended up opening for Bob Hope and George Burns and Danny Thomas, Robert Gouet, that was all done with San Jose Hospital Foundation. And I think you were playing in that one too. Those were some fun experiences. And then just the funniness that all of a sudden Jeff is, working and he's like, oh, it's Jon Nordgren. I was like, wait.
I didn't think you'd remember me. I was just a sideman, you were the star.
I know this guy.
Always so nice.
Somewhere.
You treated us all like equals, sometimes stars can be really stuffy and away or whatever. You were just the sweetest thing, and you would talk to us, and you're a very nice person, and so I remembered you at least.
I had so much fun. It was just, you guys were great. I stories of musicians saving my life. One time, it was in a show that you were playing, and I don't know if you remember this, but I was singing Memory from Cats, and I had two different versions for different shows. One was a really long Barry Manilow modulation, key change 20 times, right? And another one was pretty straight. And somehow, and I was opening for one of the stars, and I remember thinking to myself, oh man, I don't know where I am in the song. This happens to pros. People don't think this does. And I'm going, where am I? I start singing a different part, realizing it's not quite bending with the where you are. I turn around to Tom, my eyes get really big, and he looks up at all of you and he goes, bar 47, bum, 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 bum. And I go, yeah.
Tom is amazing. He's one of the best musical directors. Well, I've learned so much from him, and I got to work with him for many, many years. Hopefully, I'll get to work with him again.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
That'd be great.
And so the best news of all is the two of you got together and created Blake, which is the reason why we're here today. So Blake has created an amazing project. It kind of blew my mind when I first saw it, but it's really a teaser. It's not something where you really get the idea, you get the flavor, you get everything except the real thing. And so I'll let him explain, give us a brief explanation of what it is. We'll see the video and then we'll talk about it. So Blake, what did you do and what did you send to us?
So I am a original Santa Cruz homebody. I decided to go down to Los Angeles to pursue my film career. Majored in theater, film, and television at Loyola Marymount University. And then about my sophomore year, summer, going in my junior year, I was back here in Santa Cruz, and just kind of like a lightning bolt idea just, hit me driving along Westcliff one day. I was like, I need to write the Beach Boys musical. Now, mind you, there are two different jukebox musicals out there. You have the Jersey Boys version, which is talking about the band itself. And then you have the Mamma Mia version, which is talking about, an original storyline, just using their music for the play. So I took that route so I could bring characters to life, such as Barbara Ann, and Help Me Rhonda, so these are prevalent characters within this musical. Used it as my senior thesis, got an A on it. Professors were like, you need to get this in front of the band. Fast forward till today, I've met Brian Wilson, Mike Love, Al Jardine. I'm really great friends with their family and management teams. And everyone who's read the script has had nothing but positive things to say about it. And so I then got in touch with Jim Brubaker, who was an ex-president of Universal Studios, helped produce the Rocky franchise with Stallone, The Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy, and Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey, just to name a couple. And through a great friend, Frank Proliferone. And through this, Jim's team's like, all right, let's put together this kind of short film. So I went off and haven't really produced anything before, but I had to research how to get the permits, do all these things. And what you're about to see here is a short film. It's a sizzle reel for the studios, for theater companies who would be interested in potentially putting on Sounds of Summer. It's, again, just what you'd expect from a Beach Boys musical. It has all the fun, 1960s, 1970s, beach, vibe, era to it. It's really fun. But what hooks people is there's this right hook in the first act that just takes you, it's like, whoa, this is real life. And it sends you down the plot and everyone's like, I got to see what happens in the second act. And it's really exciting. It's about a high school reunion, essentially. Love lost, friendships lost. But I'm just really fortunate to have these two backing me. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. So that's kind of the summed up version of everything. But I'd love to, see what everyone thinks about it,
So this is a sizzle reel for the Sounds of Summer, which is a musical based on the Beach Boys that you're marketing towards possible movie as well as musical theater, and I hope you're marketing it towards Cabrillo Stage. So all of you Cabrillo Stage fans out there, see what you think of this sizzle reel and let me know what you think. So here we go. Let's take a look at it.
Baby, why don't we go Jamaica off the Florida Keys? There's a place called Kokomo. That's where you wanna go to get away from it all. Bodies in the sand, tropical drink melting in your hand. We'll be falling in love to the rhythm of a steel drum band.
Hey, John, you can go home for the night, man. Just, get the glasses and you're good.
You sure, Duke? Because last time I didn't polish these, they left marks all over the glasses.
It's fine. I got them. Go enjoy your summer, man.
All right. You're the boss, boss. Ladies. I'll be off in like 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Hey, Duke.
Yeah,
Where'd you get all this cool stuff from?
a lot of it's from back home.
And where's that?
Santa Monica, California.
Is that you?
Yeah, me and my buddies are senior year of high school back in '64, believe it or not.
Still talk to any of them?
On from that photo.
Why not?
Long story.
I don't know, man. Friends just don't stop being friends.
Sometimes they do. It's been 10 years.
It's automatic when I talk with old friends. The conversation turns to girls we knew when their hair was soft and long, and the beach was the place to go. The suntan bodies and the waves of sunshine, the California girls and the beautiful coastline, warmed up weather. Let's get together and do it again. Oh,
10 years. Miss any of them?
Yeah, I do.
Have you tried reaching out?
They wouldn't want to talk to me.
You know that, man. They could be missing you right now.
I doubt it.
with a girl, the lonely sea looks good in the moonlight. Makes your night times warm and out of sight. And so long.
Messed up. You're never gonna want to talk to me again. Only you.
It's been so long.
I don't know.
Hey, now, I gotta get you out of this funk. So I got an idea. You need to write this down, okay? Listen to me.
Well, I've been thinking about all the places we surfed and danced and all the faces we missed. So let's get back together and do it again. Oh.
All right, John. You want to know how this all happened? It was the first Thursday of winter break, the day before the state championship football game where I was playing quarterback. And everyone was at the beach.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody be surfing like California, yeah. Versace sandals too. A bushy, bushy blonde hairdo. Surfing USA. You catch him surfing at Del Mar, Ventura County lines.
Santa Cruz and Trestle, Australia's Nairobi,
All over Manhattan, and down to anyway.
everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Hey, what's your name?
Duke, and you?
Barbara Ann.
Nice to meet you, Barbara Ann.
We should go surfing sometime.
Yeah, totally, sure.
Groovy.
Yeah, catch some big waves.
Okay, well, I guess I'll see you around. Duke.
Oh, buddy, what a stone cold fox. No kidding.
Man, she's something. Ain't you fellas?
What's the matter? Cat got you done? I know. Let's help our buddy get her name right. Ba 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 Barbara Ann. Ba 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 Barbara Ann.
Take my hand, you got me rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling, Barbara Ann, ba 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 Barbara Ann. Went to a dance looking for romance, saw Barbara Ann, so I thought I'd take a chance, Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann, you got me rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling, Barbara Ann, ba 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 Barbara Ann.
I had it all. Star quarterback with a full-ride scholarship to a D1 university. I was riding the wave of my life. Then in one night, everything just went wrong. I lost the best friends a guy could have ever asked for, and I lost her.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you.
If you should ever leave me, well, life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me, so what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you.
That's why you have a doctor.
Yeah. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I love the colorful clothes she wears and the way the sunlight plays upon her hair.
Okay, well, that was really quite incredible. I just love the colors. I mean, just the whole colors. I love the research and the way that you put in. You establish the scene, the era, by putting in a Woody car. And the whole clips. Even I think you must have done some research online and found some clips and all that. So. You said that you met the Beach Boys. Does that mean that the Beach Boys might be in attendance? Does that mean that it's easy to get that you got their rights, or how is that going to? That sounds like that could really help you a lot. But how is it going to help?
So with the band themselves, they don't own their music rights anymore. If you watch the movie Love and Mercy, unfortunately, Brian Wilson's father. Back in the day, sold all the music rights to Capitol, which is now owned by Universal Music Group. So what's sad is the band, who are now in their mid-70s, have to continue to tour to make ends meet these days because they don't own the rights to the music.
So they essentially couldn't make any money off your musical.
There's in a way that they'll be able to, but the majority of everything's going to go to Universal Music Group. I think,
and that's the way it is. I'm afraid. I mean, that is very common. Andrew, the reason why there's two Jesus Christ Superstar companies out there that take that show around is that Andrew Lloyd Webber's mother sold his rights when he was 17 years old to that show, and so then he fought it in court, and the judge's decision was the people who own the show can still have it, but he can also have his show. So now there's two companies that hate each other that go out and do.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I did not know that either. Wow.
It's crazy.
I should know that after doing 153 shows.
Playing Jesus, yes, yeah. We know now.
Yeah, when you rent it, you don't get his version, but when you go out and watch the thing on tour with Ted, Neely, you're seeing his version. So anyway, I mean, rights can be a huge problem. I remember with Beehive, every single number had to be bought, had to be paid for. And they were all from many, many different artists. And when they rewrote Beehive, they lost half the numbers and they had to completely rewrite the show. So that's always a challenge. I guess that's ahead of you. But boy, if you get, I mean, it's about money. I'm sure that Capitol Records wants to make money too, so.
The thing too with this, and I think why it'd be great for Cabrillo Stage, is that this is Surf City, USA. I don't care what Huntington Beach or Orange County try to say. This is Surf City, USA. We're even mentioned in Surfing USA, the song by the Beach Boys. So why not put it here on stage eventually once this whole COVID thing is over?
Well, you say that, but I'll bet you're shopping it to all the musical theater companies down there in Huntington Beach the same way.
There's people looking at it, but I think what's cool about this, John, to be, just it's all coming back home. This is where it all started from.
Yeah.
And it's all about, again, this musical's about family, love, and, just like the fun of everything. And I just think that Santa Cruz would be great to launch this show here, just for everyone. With Cabrillo.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys music is timeless. It's, again, like ABBA, it's a tapestry behind us in life. And for people our age, your parents' age, we were kids. And this was just, the first 10 years of my life, the Beach Boys were all around, surrounded me in music. And I lived in California. So, you don't have to sell me on the Beach Boys, As far as what do you think? What do you say to people? And this is open to all three of you, who might say, well, how many? Can we just do some Stephen Sondheim? Can we just do some Rodgers and Hammerstein? I'm just so tired of these bubblegum, simplistic or whatever they want to say. The highbrow. We used to call the long hairs, the gray crowd. What do you say to them about this? How are you going to hook those people?
So I'll say this. I'm a local, and I know the arts community here is supported by the county and by everyone living in Santa Cruz. Come out, support your local playwrights, musicians, everyone that's going to be involved with this. It's going to be great. For you Sondheim nerds, everyone, including myself, I'm one of them.
Yes. We all are.
I studied his musicals, like all the top tier musicals at Loyola Marymount. And through studying those, I understood what it means to write a great narrative. You think Beach Boys, you think fluffy music. This isn't that musical. If you're building it like a Sunday, this is how I was taught in school. And after, watching all these musicals, the story is the ice cream, the bananas, the chocolate, the nuts, everything making it. The songs are just the cherry on top. So I should be able to pull the songs out and have this great narrative that's going to draw you in. It's going to make you smile, laugh, cry, bring the whole range of emotions out, leaving you
Passion.
satisfied. At the end of the whole entire show, walking out with a smile. That's
So
what this musical's going to do. The music is there.
Your script is going to grab this crowd, is what you're saying. It's a story that can grab any age.
Exactly.
It is.
After I talked to you last week about this, I actually reread the script, and I have to agree, there's some really compelling stuff in it. It is. How should we say? It's not as light, say, as Mamma Mia or something like that. It's not.
Right.
It's good. So
it takes you down a few rabbit holes, and you have to kind of figure out how you're getting in. But let me add this part too, to my local Santa Cruz people, because I grew up here. I grew up in Santa Cruz. I grew up performing around here, and supporting your local artist is one of the biggest things that I've always found about this town that was so lovely. But I will add this, even Sondheim started somewhere.
yes.
So maybe do Santa Cruz, you might want to be part of this, because we don't want, maybe we don't want this to go down to Southern California.
Hey, John, I want to add this one point bouncing off of Mom. So the summer I started writing this, I was working at Baymont Christian School here in Scotts Valley as a summer camp counselor. And there was a music appreciation day that I was in charge of, that they put me in charge of. And now these kids, mind you, ranged from about kindergarten all the way up through 8th grade. And so I sit this class down and I said, all right, who here has heard of the song California Girls? And the whole class raised their hand. I said, all right, now who wrote that? All at once, they yelled out, Katy Perry! And all of the other, people, the adults in the room are just kind of like, this like, what? That's what's happening right now with this band. They are so iconic, and their music is starting to fade into the history books. Yes. I can tell you bands that have done musicals such as Queen with We Will Rock You, that brought them out of this. We Lost Freddie. There's a whole thing on Netflix. They lost Freddie. This musical comes up, and they blow up again with all their music, and then they go back on tour with Adam Lambert. It's same thing with Jersey Boys. I didn't know who Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons were until I watched Jersey Boys, and now I know. Yeah, but I'm saying that's that's my age group. I didn't know who they were, and now I know all their songs by heart. Big Girls Don't Cry. All that stuff. And so that's what Sounds of Summer is going to do. It's going to rejuvenate and bring new life into the Beach Boys music for the younger audience who is not familiar with who they are as
yes.
And by the end of this, everybody will be on their feet, just like Mamma Mia, only better, and everybody will be singing. And I don't care if you're 90 years old or you're 10, you're all going to know this music, and you're all going to be up and leading on such an up that they won't even know what hit them.
You're going to have to get your mom. We're going to have to hire your mom to be the marketing coach on this. But,
I'm good at that stuff.
But no doubt, the Beach Boys are classic. 300 years from now, they'll still be playing this music in elevators someplace. So, you got a degree at Loyola. Is it Loyola Marymount?
Yes, in Los Angeles, California.
What was your degree?
Theater, film, and television.
And then you graduated from Scotts Valley High School, and you had a wonderful drama teacher there who I believe was our Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz, great comedian, Karen Babbitt. How was it? Did she inspire you? Was she part of your inspiration?
Literally, she brought acting into my life. it was just, it's like a pot with clay, and they're like sculpting. She was the first person to start to develop and hone my craft. I learned so much from her for, just stage acting to film up there at the high school. She cast me as Sky Masterson up there for Guys and Dolls back in the day. I had a blast, but it's just her direction too for that, for that play. It was just fantastic. And like the coolest thing too, which is, I'm down in LA. I'm walking around Sunset Boulevard, checking everything out, the rainbow and stuff. Here's the Comedy Store. And I turn the corner because I'm going in to, see a show with like Dave Chappelle. And I look over and there's her name on the wall. Just like, and in order to get your name on that, you have to do a lot of shows at that store to get that, clout and recognition. So it's, I took a picture with it. I'm like, what up, Bobbie? So, I love her. She's a fantastic human being and a great friend.
Multi-talented.
Yeah.
And I heard she, when I was dealing with her, as an actress, I didn't know her, but she was one of those people, whenever you talked to her, you just had no clue what she was going to say. It was almost like, I just always felt like she was just like, whoa, you just said that. And she's just an amazing personality, I think, but anyway, so we'll have to make sure that she watches the sequence.
Yeah,
and
I gotta tell you really briefly, just to brag on him a bit. I think one of the things that makes him such a great writer is the fact that you have not had the opportunity to hear him not just sing. He can pull off Sinatra. He could do Book of Mormon and play, who is it, Elder or something. He's incredible, an incredible singer, but an incredible actor. And he gets that passion. And so that goes into his writing because he understands both music and acting at such a depth. Karen saw that in him. She literally pulled me off to the side. She goes, he's Sky Masterson. He's going to be incredible. And he was. He didn't look like a high school production, but that went into this show, that passion.
Listen, if you don't get famous too quick, I expect you to be at every audition that we do from now on, okay? 'Cause we want to use you as much as possible. All right. Thank you very much for bringing this video, submitting it to us, and for giving us a chance to talk about it and show it to our public. And I wish you the best of luck in getting all those rights and everything that you need, because I don't see why we couldn't do it at Cabrillo Stage. So thank you very much, all of you, and, for being with us today.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. Thank you for having
so
us.
much.
Consider yourself at home. Would you climb a hill in